Yeah, well, Sione has a little bit of a tight hamstring though, so that influences that. And unfortunately for Gary Ringrose, Hugh comes in. Hugh was actually Gary, was actually selected, and unfortunately in training today he's had to pull out. So that's unfortunate for Gary. But we've always said it's about the squad and nothing but about the squad, and we're delighted for you to come in and be ready to go for Saturday. Yes. We'd be delighted for either or, and Shuey as well to start the game. Ports had the role reversal last week and came on and did a great job. He's used to starting with a bang, and the nature of Ellis and how he plays the game, he'll add to us certainly dynamically when he comes onto the field. Well, the honest answer is we don't know. We're not sending him home, which says everything in regards to we're giving him every chance to get fit, and that's the medical advice as well. He isn't fit for this weekend. He's exactly the same as Joe.
Okay, great. One after the series, I know speaking press conference said plenty to work on. Can you just give us a sense of how the week's going?
Yeah, as I've said, during the week, it's a different week again for us, which is good. At this stage of a tour, it's good to just change things up a little bit, and what we try to do is keep the whole squad together the whole way through, and we've managed our week a little bit differently. So we train on a Thursday where we're normally used to training on a Wednesday, and we've adapted pretty well to that, and everyone's been out there today and ready for an abbreviated captain's run tomorrow. I'm ready for what is going to be a huge occasion on Saturday.
Yeah, when you say a huge occasion, MCG is waiting. You said you'd be playing a wounded animal. Just tell us a bit about what you're expecting in from training.
Well, everything that everyone said, it's the truth, and it's what we expect coming our way. But it's what we expect of ourselves. More importantly, we thoroughly believe that we're way better than what we showed, and we've got another chance to prove that.
Andy, that's a real signal for Gary. What actually happened?
It's head related again, so I actually don't know at this stage. It was literally as I was walking off the field, he came to me, and once it's mentioned, that's that. So there was no incident. He was feeling good. Well in advance of Tuesday and fit and ready to play. No incident through the game at all. Nothing yesterday and nothing this morning at all. But with these type of things, players are getting very good at telling the truth of how they feel. So it was a no-brainer to make the change straight away.
So will he go back into the side?
I don't quite know the honest answer, Murray, but I'll get that for you. I've literally come off the training field and straight in here, but.
And then Sione, was he removed at an earlier stage, or when did that happen?
No, I mean, obviously when you've got a little bit of a tight hamstring, it influences how you're possibly going to go. So we made the call to go with Bundy in that regard.
Andy, Jack Morgan on the bench, you said he was very close last week. Could you speak a bit about him, and then off the back of that, how much of what you've changed on your bench this week is to do with kind of the final 20 minutes last week and wanting more out of it?
Obviously that influences you a little bit, but there's always that type of thing, whether it be at the front or the back of your mind, but at the same time doesn't always pan out like that. So you've got to be ready to play as a back rower in any type of position. And from what we've seen of Jack all the way through this tour, he's more than able to add to the team.
And Will Skelton and Rob Valentini in the Wallabies side, what does that do to their forward pack?
Well, I mean, it is what it says on the tin. It's obvious what they're going to bring and why they're selected. So I suppose they're delighted with that, and the 6-2 bench just backs that up a little bit, doesn't it? So it's not unexpected.
And how much have you spoken about kind of being on the verge of something special here? Potential to wrap up the series at the MCG, as you said.
Oh yeah, and that's been spoke about from day one when we met as a group. We've got we're the privileged ones that get the opportunity to do something special and hopefully create a bit of history. There's a determined Australian side that's in our way that's going to try and stop us to do that. So it's a hell of a test.
And you mentioned the plan was to run the Irish centre together. I know that Hugh and Bundy started against the Reds, but they're not played loads together. How do you feel those two will go with the combination?
They'll be good. I mean, it's at this stage of the tour, and well before this stage of the tour, actually, the combinations have been absolutely fine together. So Bundy and you will hit it off exactly like any other type of partnership.
Can you just compare and contrast Sione and Bundy as number 12 and how they're similar and how the model is different?
Very similar in many ways, and both direct and abrasive and combative type characters, and exactly what you want as far as you go forward and gain line success, and not just that. On the other side of the ball, they're pretty good there as well, so very similar in that regard.
Just wondering, on this sort of 10-12, I mean, how well Finn Russell and Sione work together, how confident the Bundy can kind of fit in between the two Scottish players nicely?
It isn't just a 10-12 combination, that's long gone. It's all about the combinations throughout the not just the back line, but the team within itself, so everyone's got a responsibility as far as that's concerned.
And you can ask about decisions for Owen Blair.
Yeah, with Blair back fit, it gives you a different dynamic on the bench. They're covering, obviously, the back three, which is pretty important. And Owen giving you the option there to cover 10-12.
Andy, just to go back to the Gary situation, I think that's an unbelievably unselfish act.
It actually is. I thought exactly the same the minute that you mentioned, because it's tough to do that.
Yeah, and what kind of message does that send? It's exactly the right kind of message, I mean, the bigger picture than all of what we're in at the moment. For someone to do that, such a big day.
It's very easy to keep it to yourself and lie and not be honest and open. It was very big of him and the right thing to do, 100%. For the team as well, not just for Gary.
Maro, could I ask you to elaborate on that as well, just from a player's perspective? Someone like Gary stepping up, kind of last minute, going to make his Lions Test debut to take the chance away from himself.
No, firstly, I'm absolutely gutted for Gary. I played against Gary at under 20s, and we've both had our international careers, and to play with him and get to know him over the past few months has been a real privilege and honour. So I'm gutted for him that he's in this position. But it also, as you guys have alluded to, shows the measure of the man, for him to be so selfless. All we ask of all of us is to be selfless and put the team first. And but when push comes to shove, you see who really does it, and Gary's the man that really did it.
Andy, just on Sione, obviously born in Braxton, not far from.
Yeah.
Losing out on the opportunity to play it now in time the MCG, and how gutting is that for him?
Oh yeah, well, 100% to be absolutely gutted. He also knows that that's rugby. Fairy tales not always written, are they? So. Sione's a team man anyway, so and the same with anyone who's missed out to a man. All the players who's not made the squad this week for whatever reason, being injury or not selected, every single one of them has been rolling forward by putting the team first, and that's very evident in how we've trained today.
Playing against more skill, or not sort of, you have to say brief that
No, yeah, I played a few good years with Will. Played against him a few times as well, and he's a fantastic player. He's a talisman for La Rochelle, and any side he plays in, he adds a sense of dynamism, size, power to the team. So. No, I'm delighted for him that he's able to play. I know he was hoping that he will get an opportunity, and yeah, it's something that we're excited about.
Have you changed the way you approach Saturday morning? Some of the tactics. He's obviously a huge man. Has been.
Well, he obviously will presents, due to the size of him and his strengths, he presents different challenges to, your traditional lock. But again, as always, the focus will be on us. We don't want to get too distracted on what they may or may not do.
Jack's involvement means all 4 nations will work at the field defensive in test matches. Has that been a consideration? Is it likely to?
It hasn't, honestly. It hasn't, and nor should it be. You've got to do, as I said all the way along this tour, you've got to do every individual justice in regards to whether they're able to get selected for the team to be the best version of themselves. And Jack's done that, and that's the only thing that matters.
Say you went to cricket history. What's that mean? How do you want to
Winning the series. No other Lions have done back-to-back victories of tours of the same country. So, due to the good work of the 2013 touring party, we get the privilege to be in a position to try and accomplish that.
Maro, it's one of the players are aware of the significance of playing at the MCG. I know from behind the scenes, even videos, you're a handy fast bowler yourself. But do you do the guys that aren't,
No, I'm not.
the guys that aren't into their cricket, they know what incredible place this is to play rugby in Saturday?
Yeah, we've been talking a little bit about that, and especially when you spend time in Melbourne and speak to the locals and speak to some Australians, they hold the MCG in a real special regard. And as you say, we do have some big cricket fans in our squad, and I know they're very excited to be there. So it's a huge opportunity. It's a huge privilege for us to play there in what will be an amazing stadium and what will be an amazing crowd. It's if it reaches full capacity, it will definitely be the biggest stadium that I've played in. So it's something that we're looking to relish.
Do you go down there as players like on the Friday to look around it's empty, or do you go, it's just another stadium just on the pitch? Go things like that.
I think we'll have captains on there tomorrow.
We have captains on there.
So we'll have a look.
The Australian selection had obviously addressed an issue with the guys that come in, and they've almost exemplified that approach while they sit to split on the bench, back those guys up as well. Did you consider that sort of split, knowing that it probably come away?
We'd always consider it. Any type of split, and what's right for our team is all that matters, really. I suppose there's all sorts of risks and rewards for any type of different combination, but I'm not privy to the ins and outs of how the team is fitness-wise or feeling, or what the tactics may be. I suppose we can guess with the combination there.
Maro, the referee has become famous in the eyes of quite a few people of penalising alternate leading scrums and not being consistent. Have you got a relationship with them that you think would allow you to scrimmage the way you want to?
Well, I think obviously, given my role, I want to build a relationship, and I've been fortunate enough to work with all of the referees that will be working on the weekend before, so there's somewhat of a relationship there. But as always, we just want to get our house in order. We want to present positive pictures, and we back our scrum. We've scrummed incredibly well throughout this whole campaign. So we just want to get to the competition and have our scrum nice and solid.
Okay, guys, what we'll do is we'll just shut down the live content to go into embargoed written.